edition. Yeah, one more day. Gosh, tomorrow's Friday. This week flew by.
Is it just me, and don't feel compelled to agree? I just thought there's a blizzard of great, intriguing stories this week, let alone the midterms that are a few weeks away.
What's your favorite?
Yeah.
Probably probably the first one that we have today. I can't believe it. A lot of times what I think is a top story is not what anyone else thinks, but this is extremely intriguing.
Well, we were reporting last week when OPEC Plus cut the amount of oil production 2 million barrels per day,
Right.
that the White House was begging them, please don't do this. But there's a Wall Street Journal article that gets more into the details that says, yes, they did beg Saudi Arabia, please don't do this.
And why would they do that?
If you do it, then wait a month.
Right.
A month.
And
What
what-
happens in a month? Midterms.
Exactly. It's all political. We told you this. Because if Saudi Arabia were to cut production by 2 million barrels a day, that's going to jack up the cost of your oil. And as Joe Biden heads out on the road, he's in California this morning, he's going to go to, he's in L.A., then he's going to go to Orange County, and then up to the Pacific Northwest. The one thing he does not want to talk about is how energy prices are killing you. Instead, he's going to talk about infrastructure, and in particular, he's going to be talking about infrastructure for electric vehicles. Another good reason to buy an electric car, because gas is killing us. And before the election, what they were trying to do, they were trying to put their finger on the scale, trying to force Saudi Arabia, unless you help us out and bail out the Democrats, there's going to be hell to pay, because we're going to say you're helping the Russians.
Well, he's going to California, where the average gas price is $6.19, more than $6. I was talking to someone who lives in California, her parents do, and she said in some places it's $7 a gallon. So that is outrageous. So he's going to this area. He's skipping some states where they don't want him there, because he's not going to help these individuals that are in neck-and-neck races. But he's going to California. He's going to Oregon. He's going to Colorado. And he's going to be, he can't tout the economy. He can't tout inflation. His ratings are sinking when it comes to those issues. He wants to highlight infrastructure legislation, manufacturing laws, and climate tax and health care packages.
So the backstory to what happened with the daily cut of 2 million barrels a day by OPEC Plus, when word got out that that they were going to do this, the president asked for a delay. What will be significant about that? The one thing that people have told us, Democrats and Republicans, that if you want to understand which way the American people look at gas prices and the direction they're heading. The reason why his numbers were ticking up, because it was about 3 weeks in which the numbers of the gas price were going down. Now it's at $3.92, $3.93, $3.94. It's going up every single day, and there's no light at the end of the tunnel as China gets back online and demand goes up. So knowing that there's a big push around the Western world for green, they claim, this green energy push, they decide to up the price. It goes up to $90 a barrel, and they cut back production. Now, the Saudi Arabians said, yeah, we got a call from you guys, but we said that I don't make all this. Saudi Arabia goes, I don't make all the decisions. It's OPEC Plus. It was all of us together sitting around. We had this meeting, and the whole group decided as a conglomerate to raise prices. It was in their economic interest. They go on to say that the kingdom affirms its view and relationship with the United States of America as a strategic one that serves the common interest of both countries for the last 80 years. They don't say anything about being friends. And the kingdom, Saudi Arabia, is not a country we want to emulate, but a strategic partner, for the most part, pretty consistent, especially when your alternative is Iran. So here's what a quote from the Wall Street Journal he wanted to point out to you. Days before major oil production cut by OPEC and its Russia-led allies, U.S. officials called their counterparts in Saudi Arabia and other big Gulf producers with an urgent plea: delay the decision for another month, according to people familiar with the talks. The answer, we all know, a resounding no. Saudi officials said dismissed the request, which they viewed as a political gambit by the Biden administration to avoid bad news ahead of the U.S. midterm elections. Right. The one thing that Donald Trump has taught the political class is leverage. If you want leverage, produce oil. Frack. And then all of a sudden, Saudi Arabia was leaning on us and tried to destroy the frackers in America. And what we did, if we got our production up, as Jamie Dimon recommended the minute this war started in February, we could go over to them and said, we're going to put our production up. He says America is the swing oil producer. We should not be looking at OPEC. We are bigger than Saudi Arabia if we want to be, and we could have controlled those prices. But you called them a pariah nation, and then you stopped producing oil, and then you told them with a phone call to delay. You have no leverage. Therefore, you have no success.
Well, ultimately, Saudi Arabia was relying on their analysts who thought that the price of oil was going to go down. And they didn't want the price to go down because they want as much money as possible. So they said, and that's why the White House said, you know, let's wait a month and see what happens. They said, too late, we're going to go ahead and cut production. A couple of nights ago on the new CNN, which is a lot like the old CNN,